I always like to wait until, well, if it's the early kickoff, like it was today, I always like to wait until all the 3 p.m. kickoffs have finished to see how it impacts how I feel. Look, ahead of the game, I said I would take a draw. For me, it was a great performance. And everyone's saying, oh, Leeds falling apart again. But look, Leeds, they are a team with so much danger in it. Danger across the board, front to back to front, side to side. Leeds are a very good team. And do you know who else is a really good team? Well, today, Luton Town were a very good team. Team that showed fight, desire, heart, all the things that I've been banging on about all season, saying we are missing this. Well drilled defense. Look, it wasn't a perfect performance. There were some errors where we were fortunate not to get punished. But ultimately, it was a great performance from us. A little bit of the gloss has been taken off it by the fact that other teams did better than we would have expected. Hull snatching a win right at the death. Like, what even is the point of Sheffield? Sheffield United losing to Oxford. Oxford were one of the teams that I genuinely thought we had a shot of catching. We might still do. There's a very, very big game Tuesday night against Stoke City. So we'll see what happened there. And then we've got Blackburn after that, and Blackburn that's quite winnable. Blackburn have been absolutely shocking for the past few weeks, months. They've been shocking. Like since Eustace left, the wheels have they completely come off. Otherwise, the results weren't so bad. Like Derby losing, that's good for us, isn't it? Because they'd won 4 in a row and they were sort of on a trajectory just to take them away from the relegation zone. You know, it's all right. I'm happy with that. But look, you got to focus on what you do, not focus on the other teams. So I'll focus on Luton Town. And I was delighted with this performance. As I said, look, I'll get the negatives out of the way, okay? Very, very few negatives. Leeds' goal was preventable. Elijah Adebayo did not close down Dan James fast enough from the edge of the box. But look, that happens. You probably didn't think that Dan James was going to cut in and hit it with his left. And to be honest, I was right behind it from where I am in main stand E. It was a brilliant shot, bent right into the far corner. Fair play. Our goal, Elijah, was excellent. Obviously, our goal came first. Elijah was instrumental in this goal. He really was. Like powerful running, went straight with the ball, charged downfield, muscled a couple of old players off the ball. Elijah of old. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be out for the season. He was limping off towards the end of the game, needing support from 2 members of staff who he towered above. Like, man, he is so tall. It's crazy. So Elijah could be done for the season, which is a shame because it looked like the performances were sort of getting back up to speed. But hey, that's Elijah for you. You know, Elijah was on flames in the season we made it to the playoffs, where he was tremendous, and then he got injured for the playoffs. Yeah, then he came back and was still hobbling around against Huddersfield. Then he had a whole season injury free, and then in the Premier League, he was coming into form. Then he got injured at a very critical time. Right, it'll be a shame. He'll be a loss if he is indeed out for the season. It didn't look good. It looked like his knee. Other players did really well. Chris Makoso, he's incredible. Didn't mean to blow a raspberry there.
Who does that?
Chris Makoso is fantastic. He's tall, he's powerful, so athletic. His acceleration is incredible. It lets him recover. And there was a moment with Schmidt in particular where Schmidt was away. He was getting ready to like pull the trigger, and Makoso last ditch foot in the way. Fantastic. Allowed Kaminsky to get it. Absolutely sensational. Fantastic. He is going to go for a lot of money if we are able to stay in the championship. He's one that a lot of teams should covet in the Premier League because he's, I don't want to say ready-made for the Premier League. He's still young, he's still raw, but he could go a long way in the game. He really could. And he's sensational. I'm delighted. He's ours. I just wish we might have unleashed him a bit earlier in the season. I thought Amari Bell had a good game for the most part. Alfie Doughty, he looked dangerous in parts. Certainly put in some great balls. Isaiah Jones, big shout out for, he was completely marked from back stick, but it's very easy to overthink when you have that much time. Like, do you snatch it? Do you try and kick it? Do you take it down and let people close you up? Well, he did the right thing. He put his head on it. Great header. I do wish we'd come up against Melia instead of Darlow, because I think the balls we were putting into the box right on top of the goalkeeper, which is the right thing to do, I think Melia would have messed them up a little bit more. Darlow seemed like a good pair of hands. His distribution, though, was not great. He often underhit passes, simple passes to his defenders, which put him under needless pressure right from kickoffs. I think playing out the back's really silly, and goalkeepers, they're not really known for playing well with their feet. There are very few that are very good with their feet. And to be honest, you want the ball as far away from your own goal as possible. You want goalkeepers to be able to stop goals from going in. There was a moment where you got to play to the whistle. You do. And there was a blatant offside, and the ball came in. It went straight across the 6-yard box. And Kaminsky just was glued to his line watching it. And I think it was Bamford. Bamford missed. I think it was Bamford. I'm not 100% sure, but ball came straight across. And you got to play to the whistle because Bamford, he was under pressure from one of our defenders, but he blasted it wide, side netting. That could have been dangerous because the ref is not going to protect you. And that is shown by the fact that one of the Leeds players, I don't know which one, to be honest, the entire team, they were very thuggish, I must say. For technically brilliant footballers, they're very thuggish. They left one in, I think, high up on maybe Alfie Doughty or Liam Walsh, right on the touchline, and completely took him out really late. And it was a disgustingly late tackle. It was late, it was high, and he only got a yellow card for it. That, if the ref hadn't bottled it, it should have been a red. The ref, he even got in the way during a Leeds counter-attack. Amari Bell was going to the ball, and the ref was just in the way. And there were many weird decisions. And the ref apologised for that one without Amari Bell. What would he have done if Leeds had scored and he stopped Amari Bell getting to the ball? Would he have apologised? Would he have cancelled the goal? No, of course not. And there were moments we won fouls and then the ball went back to Leeds because their possession, they had the first foul that wasn't actually a foul. It was a mixed bag with the ref, and he rightly got booed off at the end of the game. But overall, fight, desire, spirit, going toe-to-toe with one of the best footballing sides in the division, regardless of what form they're in. That doesn't matter because, one win in 5, who cares? They're still Leeds. They're still very dangerous. They have incredibly gifted players. And we didn't let them play today. We were in their face. We pressed high. Could we have won? I don't think so. Look, I know people will be like, well, Pompey beat them at home a couple of weeks ago. But you know what? That's when the game plan is absolutely on point. And Leeds know, being the early kickoff, they had to get something. So they were going for it. But we were equal to that. We defended incredibly well today. To a man, every single person. No pissing about with it at the back. Whenever there was a doubt, the ball was launched upfield. And when it was passed around a little bit and then, oh God, we've got to get rid of it, then it was launched upfield. And that is what you got to do. If in doubt, boot it out. Boot it upfield. But I thought it was a very infused performance, and it's better that we haven't lost. We carry that momentum into Stoke and then Blackburn, and then we get to Derby. We've got 2 big 6-pointers coming up in the coming weeks. We just got to keep up with the teams that are grinding out results right now. That is ultimately what we got to do. the Stokes, the derbies, showing about Oxford winning. Oh, come on, Sheffield United. We did you a favour. You could have done us a favour. That's what we got to do. Just keep the pace until we can win the games that we need to win. The 6 pointers of the teams around us. There are 2 more around us that we got to play, got to win those games. And then, in addition to those 2 games, I think we got to win 1, maybe 2 more. It's going to be a very high tide this year. It really will. Everyone, I want you all to enjoy the rest of your weekends. We got the Luton Town show and championship chat. I think we called it Champ Chat. Champ Chat and the Luton Town show dropping this week. It's going to be a very tight one because we've got a Tuesday night game. So we'll try and get bits and pieces out this week, but some things might slip through the cracks. But we will try our best to get match previews out this week. Right, everyone, take care. Have a good one. Remember, subscribe to the channel. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. And most importantly, come on, you Hatters.